Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're getting into the spooky season with something fun and beginner friendly. I'm gonna show you how to make these little Halloween pouches which are perfect for holding candies, tiny gifts, or even as the Halloween decoration. I'm gonna show you step by step on how to make them, and I'm pretty sure you can finish them just before Halloween comes around. Last year, I made these very cute Halloween cats, so if you're interested, I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the description box below. Feel free to check them out as well. For now, we're making these little Halloween pouches. Without further ado, let's get started. These are the materials you're gonna need. These are the crochet abbreviations which are in US terminology. Now we're gonna do the base pouch, and you have to start with a slip knot. After making a slip knot, make 22 chains. We'll be using the half double crochets for this base pouch, so you have to start from the third chain from the hook. Wrap your yarn around your hook, insert your hook into that third chain from the hook, and make one half double crochet. We're gonna mark this stitch with a stitch marker. This is our very first half double crochet of this round. And then insert your hook into that third chain again, into that same chain, and make another half double crochet. So we just did a one half double crochet increase. Go into the next chain and make another half double crochet. Go into another chain, make another half double crochet. So you have to keep making half double crochets into each chain until you have 18 half double crochets after the half double crochet increase that we did in the very beginning, according to the pattern that you can see above. After 18 half double crochet, there will be one chain left at the end like this. In the last chain, we're gonna make a total of 4 half double crochets. I've did one, this is 2, make another, this is 3, and the last one, 4. So I did a total of 4 half double crochets. And then we're gonna kind of make a U-turn and crochet into that lower parts of the chains. We'll be inserting our hook into lower parts of the chain like so, and make one half double crochet into each. So this is the last chain that we did for HTC into earlier. We'll be starting from the chain which is next to it. So wrap your yarn around the hook, insert your hook into that lower part of the chain that I showed earlier. Put the yarn tail over your hook so that it is buried in the stitches, and make one half double crochet. And then go into the next chain. Just like before, put the yarn tail over your hook and make another half double crochet. Just like so, we're gonna be making a total of 18 half double crochets after that 4 HTC that we did in the last chain. So this is how it looks like after making 18 half double crochets. And now in the last lower part of the chain, we'll be making one half double crochet increase. After the increase, insert your hook into the very first stitch that we marked with a stitch marker and make 1 slip stitch. So this is how it looks like after round 1. We'll be connecting each round with a slip stitch and start every new round with chain 1 like so. Slip stitch and chain 1 are not included in our total stitch counts. For the round 2, start again from that stitch that we did the slip stitch into and make 1 half double crochet in there. Mark that stitch with a stitch marker again, and then make another half double crochet into that same stitch. That's 1 half double crochet increase. In the next stitch, make another half double crochet increase. And after that, you have to make a total of 18 half double crochet by making 1 half double crochet into each stitch. After 18 half double crochets, we'll be making a total of 4 half double crochet increases. So this is 1 half double crochet increase. In the next stitch, make another increase. That's 2, and another increase in the next stitch. That's 3, and in the next stitch, another increase. That's 4. So we just finished a total of 4 half double crochet increases. After that, make another 18 half double crochets again. So after 18 half double crochets, there will be 2 stitches left on the round, 1, 2. This is a slip stitch, don't get confused. So in the last 2 stitches, we're gonna make 2 half double crochet increases. So after the increases, skip that slip stitch and chain 1. Insert your hook into the very first stitch that we marked with a stitch marker and connect with a slip stitch just like we did before. This is the end of round 2 and this is how it looks like. We're gonna cut the yarn tail that we buried under the stitches. So starting from round 3 to round 14, all we have to do is make 1 half double crochet into each stitch. There will be a total of 52 half double crochets in each round. At the end of every round, connect with a slip stitch and start every new round with chain 1. So you have to make a total of 12 rounds starting from round 3 up to round 14. So now I have finished up to round 14 and this is how it looks like. Now we're gonna start round 15. Start with chain 1 and in the first stitch make 1 half double crochet. Make another half double crochet in the next stitch. And after that, make 2 chains. Skip the next 2 stitches. Go into the third and make 1 half double crochet. In the next stitch, make another half double crochet. And after that, start again with 2 chains. Skip the next 2 stitches, go into the third and make another half double crochet. And then make another half double crochet. And then chain 2, skip 2, another 2 half double crochets. You have to repeat it all the way until the end. At the end, there will be 2 stitches left like so. And to finish this round, make 2 chains. Insert your hook into the very first half double crochet and connect with a slip stitch. So this is the end of round 15. We're basically making the holes to put the strings into it. And now start round 16 with chain 1 as usual. Make 1 half double crochet in the first stitch. Make another half double crochet in the next stitch. In that chain 2 space, make 2 half double crochets. You have to go underneath the chains, don't have to insert into the chains. When you reach to that 2 half double crochets, place again, make 1 half double crochet into each stitch. When you reach to the chain 2 space, make 2 half double crochets into that chain 2 space. Just like so, we have to keep going until the end, and at the end of the round, you will get 52 half double crochets. When you are finished, make 1 slip stitch into the very first stitch. This is the end of round 16. For round 17, you just need to make 1 half double crochet into each stitch, and you will get 52 half double crochets as well for this round 17. At the end of the round, connect with a slip stitch into the very first stitch. And then cut the yarn, leaving a long tail. And now we're gonna weave in that yarn end. So now we are finished with the base patch. Now we're gonna do the spider web using the white yarn. You have to start with the magic ring. After making a magic ring, make 4 chains. I already did 1 chain, so I'm gonna make 3 more. After making 4 chains, make 1 double crochet into the magic ring. After that, make 1 chain and make another double crochet into the magic ring. So just like in the pattern above, you have to repeat 1 double crochet, 1 chain for a total of 7 times. So now I finished 1 double crochet, 1 chain for 7 times. And here's one thing to note. We'll be taking 3 chains in the beginning as 1 double crochet. So we did 4 chains in the beginning, and we're gonna take 3 from those 4, counting from below. 1, 2, 3, and when we join this round, we'll insert our hook into the 3rd chain like so and make a slip stitch into that 3rd chain, because we take those 3 chains as our very first double crochet. And that will be the same for other rounds as well. We will take the first 3 chains as our very first double crochet of the round. Now we're gonna start round 2. You have to start with chain 6. And after that, we're gonna repeat that pattern in the bracket above. Insert your hook into the next double crochet, and then make 1 double crochet into that stitch. So we'll do a double crochet into the previous double crochet in the previous round. And then start again with 3 chains, make another double crochet, and just like so, we're repeating that 1 double crochet, 3 chain for a total of 7 times. And at the end, we will reach back to that chain 6 place that we did. Just like the previous round, take those 3 chains as our very first double crochet and insert your hook into the 3rd chain, counting from below. Insert your hook into the 3rd chain and make a slip stitch. So this is the round 2 of our spider web. And then we're gonna make round 3. Start with chain 8. After 8 chain, just like before, insert your hook into that next double crochet place and make 1 double crochet into that stitch. And then we will repeat that 1 double crochet, 5 chains for a total of 7 times. And then at the end of the round, just like we did in the previous rounds, insert your hook into that 3rd chain, counting from below. 1, 2, 3, and make 1 slip stitch into the 3rd chain. And this is the end of round 3. Just like so, we're gonna make round 4, start with chain 10. After making 10 chains, repeat that pattern in the bracket, 1 double crochet, 7 chains for 7 times. And then at the end, connect with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain that we did in the beginning. So this is how our spider web is looking so far. We're gonna make the last round, start with chain 12. And after 12 chains, you can begin 1 double crochet, 9 chain sequence, and we'll be repeating that for a total of 7 times as well. And as usual, to finish this round, make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain, like so. And then we have finished making our spider web. And here, do not cut the yarn. Now we're gonna attach it onto our pouch, and the way we're gonna do is that we'll be making 1 single crochet into each double crochet place in the last round. And when we do the single crochet, we will do it together with the pouch, and that way the pouch is connected with the spider web in every double crochet place, just like in this pouch. As you can see, we're connected in the double crochet places with a single crochet. So before we start, I'm gonna use the stitch markers to mark the places where we'll be laying out our double crochets. So I'm just laying in my spider web flat on my pouch, and then I'm just marking the places where the double crochet stitches are to get a better idea of where to insert the hook when we connect the pouch and the spider web. So I just marked 3 places at the top and then 1 place in the bottom where my double crochets will be on the pouch. You don't need to mark every place because once you have connected 3 double crochets at least with a pouch, you can easily do the rest. So now I'm gonna start from the middle of the pouch like so. To start, you can make chain 1 if you haven't. I've already done chain 1, so I'm gonna insert into the 3rd chain that we did the slip stitch into earlier, and then insert your hook into the body of the pouch horizontally like so, and then remove the stitch marker first. And after that, bring the white yarn through the body of the pouch and through the chain and make 1 single crochet. So now we just finished connecting the pouch and the spider web from 1 place. For the chains in between, we'll be making 1 slip stitch into each chain like so. Insert your hook in the upper part of the chain and make 1 slip stitch. So we'll be making the slip stitch until we reach to another double crochet in the spider web. When you reach to another double crochet, we'll be connecting this place with the body of the pouch again. So insert your hook into that double crochet and then insert your hook into the body of the pouch in the place we marked with a stitch marker horizontally just like before, and then remove the stitch marker. Bring the yarn through that body of the pouch and then through the double crochet and make 1 single crochet. So we just joined this spider web and the pouch from 2 places, and we'll be repeating this until we reach back to the beginning, or until we have finished joining it from all the double crochets in the last round of the spider web. So just like before, make 1 slip stitch into the chains in the middle, and once you reach to the double crochet, connect it with the body of the pouch, insert into the double crochet first, and then into the body. Insert your hook horizontally, bring the yarn through the pouch and then through the double crochet and make 1 single crochet. And just like so, continue joining these 2 from all the double crochet places on the spider web. And before that, cut the yarn tail from the magic ring of the spider web. So when you're finished joining these 2, it is gonna look like that. For this pouch, I started it from this place, so it ended up again in this place. If you started it in the middle at the top, you're gonna end up there. So this is how we're gonna weave in the ends. So with the darning needle, we're gonna go through the back bumps of the slip stitches that we did for several times, and then we're gonna cut the end. And here we can also use the glue to secure that yarn end after cutting it. So now we have finished making our spiderweb pouch. I'm gonna show you how to make the string later, so don't worry about it. Now we're gonna make the skeleton applique and start with the white yarn and start with the slip knot. After making a slip knot, make 14 chains. After 14 chains, go back into the very first chain that we did, making sure that the chains are not twisted, and then make one slip stitch into the first chain to create a loop, like so. So we got our first loop, and then make another 14 chains. After 14 chains, this time we're gonna make a slip stitch into the first loop, making sure that everything is nice and not twisted. Make a slip stitch into the first loop. So now we got 2 loops like so. And now make chain 1 first. And then we're gonna make a total of 15 single crochet into each loop. So we're starting with the first loop and bring the yarn tail over your hook to bury it underneath the stitches, and then make 15 single crochets into this first loop. And while you're making these stitches, keep your hands really nice and relaxed, and make sure that the stitches do not overlap each other, or you're gonna need more stitches to fill up this entire loop. So make sure that these stitches kind of like have a tiny gap between each other and do not overlap. So now I have finished making 15 single crochet in the first loop. And now I'm gonna go into the second loop and make another 15 single crochets. And now you have got 15 single crochet in each loop. And now insert your hook into the very first stitch of the first loop and make a slip stitch. And then cut the yarn. And now we're gonna mark 6 stitches from each loop on the upper side. You can start from the last stitches of each loop. And so this is the last stitch of the second loop. You can see it right beside the slip stitch. We're gonna count 6 stitches, mark with a stitch marker in the 6th stitch. Do the same for another loop, mark 6 stitches. So now we have marked a total of 12 stitches on the upper side. Start from this right side, inside your hook, and then bring the new yarn and make chain 1 first. And then insert your hook into that same stitch again, and then place a yarn tail over your hook, bring the yarn, and go into another stitch. Place the yarn tail over your hook and then bring the yarn all these loops. So we just did one decrease by using the fast 2 stitches. And after that, we're gonna make a total of 8 single crochets. And here, when you reach to that slip stitch that we did earlier, we're gonna skip that, and then we just go into the very fast stitch of another loop, which is here, like so, and then bring the yarn tail from the slip stitch over your hook to bury it underneath the stitches, and just keep making single crochets. So after 8 single crochet, there will be 2 stitches left. Remove the stitch marker and make 1 decrease by using that last 2 stitches. So now we have finished row 1, and this is how it looks like so far. To start row 2, chain 1 and then turn your piece like so. And for this row, you just have to make 1 single crochet into each stitch. There will be 10 single crochets in this row. Now we're gonna make row 3, chain 1, turn your piece, and make 1 decrease by using the fast 2 stitches. And after that, make 6 single crochets. And then make 1 decrease by using the last 2 stitches. For row 4, chain 1, turn your piece, and just make 1 single crochet into each stitch. There will be 8 single crochet in this row. And when you're finished, you can cut the yarn. So this is how it looks like so far. We're gonna do the bottom part now. And here again, we're gonna mark 5 single crochet from each loop at the bottom. Start from the last stitch of each loop. So this is the last stitch for first loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Place a stitch marker in the 5th stitch. Do the same for another loop. So we have marked a total of 10 single crochets. Start from the right side, bring the new yarn, and then make 2 chains. Insert your hook into the same stitch, and this time make 1 half double crochet. And then make another 3 half double crochet. And don't forget to bring the yarn tail under your stitches. After 4 half double crochets, make 3 chains. And then skip 2 single crochets in the middle, go into the 3rd, and make 1 half double crochet. And after that, make 3 more half double crochets. So we have finished row 1 of the bottom part. For the row 2, chain 1, turn your piece. From row 2, we'll be using single crochets only. And then by using the first 2 stitches, make 1 decrease in single crochet. And after that, make 2 single crochets. In that chain 3 space, we're gonna make 2 single crochets. And after that, make 2 single crochets. After that, by using the last 2 stitches, make 1 decrease. For the row 3 and row 4, chain 1, turn your piece, and you just need to make 1 single crochet into each stitch. And there will be 8 single crochet in each row 3 and row 4. For the row 5, you have to start with 1 decrease by using the fast 2 stitches, and then make 4 single crochets in the middle, and then in the last 2 stitches, make 1 decrease. When you're finished, chain 1 and cut the yarn. And now we're gonna cut the yarns that we buried and then weave in the ends. And now using the black yarn, we're gonna embroider the teeth in the bottom part that we did earlier. So for this skeleton face, you can either glue it onto the pouch or just sew it around, which I think looks better in my opinion. So I'm gonna cut the black yarn off really long, about 9 to 10 inches, and then I'm gonna sew it all around this applique together with the pouch. And for this sewing part, you can do it in any way that you like. It doesn't have to be perfect. And being imperfect looks really nice for this project especially. So you can just play around and do anything that you want. This is how it looks like after sewing it with a black yarn. I think this looks more dramatic and more spooky. So when you're finished, bring this black yarn inside the pouch and weave in the ends. Now we're gonna do the bunny ear using the white yarn. You have to start with the slip knot and make 17 chains. For the first round, start from the second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet. You can mark this stitch with a stitch marker if you want. Go into the next chain and make another single crochet. Just like so, make 1 single crochet into each chain all the way before the last chain. So now I have finished 15 chains and there is 1 chain left. In the last chain, make a total of 5 single crochets. And after this, we will crochet into the back loops of the chain again, just like we did in the base of the pouch. So insert your hook into the back loop, bring this yarn tail over your hook and make 1 single crochet. You have to keep making until you get 15 single crochets. So now I have finished 15 single crochet in the back loops, and go into the very first single crochet and make 1 slip stitch. To start round 2, make chain 1, start from the same stitch again and make 1 increase in that first stitch. After that, you have to make a total of 9 single crochets. After 9 single crochets, you have to make 5 half double crochets. After 5 half double crochets, in the next stitch, make 1 double crochet. After that, you have to make a total of 3 double crochet increases. After 3 double crochet increases, in the next stitch, make 1 double crochet. And after that, you have to make a total of 5 half double crochets. After 5 half double crochets, make 9 single crochets again. After 9 single crochet, there will be 1 stitch left. In the last stitch, make 1 increase. This is a slip stitch, don't get confused. After the increase, insert your hook into the very first stitch and then make 1 slip stitch. After that, you can cut the yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing. And also cut the yarn that we buried under the stitches. To make the string for the pouches, I'm gonna switch to a bigger hook, which is 4mm hook. I use 3mm for the other parts. So start with a slip knot and I'm gonna make 70 chains. If you want a slightly longer string, you can make 75 or 80 chains. After the chains, we're gonna make slip stitches into the back bumps of these chains. So for that, I'm gonna switch back to a smaller hook, which is 3mm hook, so that I can insert into these tiny back bumps more easily. And if this is too difficult for you, you can just do the slip stitches the way you normally would. To begin, turn to the back side of the chains. As you can see, insert into that second bump and make one slip stitch. Make one into each back bump of the chain, and this way we'll reach back to the beginning. When you're finished, chain one and cut the end. I'm not gonna weave in the ends. I'm gonna cut them short and keep them like this. And give it a little stretch when you're finished. For the eyes of the bunny, I just used black buttons, which are about 20mm wide, and I just used glue to attach them onto the pouch on round 5 to 6 of the pouch, with about 8 to 7 stitches in between the two buttons. And for the mouth, I used this black felt cloth, cut them into tiny strips like so, and glued it in the middle with an X shape. This is the glue I used for the mouth. And now we're gonna sew the ears onto the pouch. I sew them on round 11 of the pouch. So when you're finished sewing this side, we'll go to another side from inside the pouch by going underneath the stitches. So when you're finished, weave in the ends in the inside of the pouch and sew another ear as well. So this is how we're gonna attach the string into the pouch. You can start either from the left side or from the right side. We will go into these tiny gaps under and over alternatively. Go over and then go under for the next gap, like so. When you're finished, adjust the length of the end, and then we're gonna tie these two together like so. At the top of each ear, I'm gonna add tiny bows by using a black yarn. To make this bunny look more dramatic and edgy, I'm gonna apply really dark eyeshadow around each eye. This is the end of our tutorial. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope this video was very helpful for those who are looking for Halloween crochet ideas. I hope you can finish them on time just before the Halloween Eve. We will see each other again in the next videos. Bye bye and happy crocheting!